Hey guys, we'll get started in just a couple minutes. AR, why don't you try talking? Let's see if they can hear you, because I had to redo audio settings.
Okay, let's see if my tablet has enough juice to last to this podcast.
They definitely can hear you, I'm reasonably sure.
Okay, well that's good. My
Dev,
tablet will tell me if...
Meow.
yeah, there you go.
Just waiting for the bow.
Let's see here.
Well, we can solve your battery issues by making this very fast.
To be fair, we guessed this was going to happen. There isn't actually a lot to go over. Let's see. Okay, you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Welcome to the With the Will podcast. We're here to entertain and inform a bit while talking about Digimon. I'm Mark, I run With the Will and produce Digimon on Blu-ray.
I'm AR Pulver, and I am AR Pulver no matter what Espimon says.
I am DevQ and I am a salt lick. Just put me outside for the deer.
Rough week, Dev.
Very.
When was the last not rough week you had, just out of curiosity?
You know what? I can't even remember it.
How has everybody's week been?
I wanted to go to the shore.
I'm looking forward to getting stuff done, hopefully tonight, and then being a lump tomorrow.
Yeah.
How are you doing, AR?
I'm okay. Things starting to mellow out for me a little bit, so...
Yeah. I'm also looking forward to Blu-ray from the UK that came today that I hopefully will watch tomorrow. A nice remaster of the Jackie Chan City Hunter movie.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that, because that's one of those movies that always got terrible discs. So like proper remaster, nice extra, so I'm looking forward to that. Did you say something, Dev?
Nope.
Okay, thought you were. And before that, though, we get episode 38 of Ghost Game, The Diviner.
Kind of
minor.
interesting, though.
It feels like there's a lot of weird episodes of the show lately where it's like it's not necessarily doing things very wrong, but it's almost stuck in like a loop or doing stuff that we've kind of seen before and just kind of go to.
It's an episode where when I watched it, I was like, okay, I'm kind of interested in this kind of stuff. And then by today, I've like completely forgotten anything that happened.
Espimon is there, and that is about the only function of the episode.
I kind of like
well,
the introduction of like the mix of real world paranormal shenanigans. It's not always just Digimon.
I'm not sure if those count or not. It's kind of vague like that.
Yeah, because that's
Like there's a lot of potential takeaways that could come back in future episodes, but it's Ghost Game, so I don't expect them to.
Yeah, I don't expect them to. If it does come back, I would borderline just expect it to be revealed it's actually Digimon.
Yeah.
Because
I was kind of happy it got possessed by actual ghosts.
Yeah.
Apparently?
Yeah. And Kotaro got like 30 seconds of relevance.
Kotaro being horny on main again.
Yeah.
And that's like the fourth time that his horny has gotten Hiro into trouble.
Did he get Hiro into trouble?
Yes.
Yes.
Because
yes.
he volunteered them to do the dance at
No,
the girls' school.
I thought they were volunteered just by showing up.
They were the fact that they showed up to begin with, I think, was Kotaro's idea.
I thought they were just like volunteered to do it by teachers or something.
Just the fact that they were in the city, I think, was Kotaro's doing. So I'm counting that as a Kotaro horny driving the plot.
See, for some reason, I thought it had more.
It's been a while. Give it to him.
I thought it had more to do with Hiro because he discovered the sister school thing and they went there.
But why would he be interested in that?
Why is he interested in anything? Because the plot demands it for half an episode.
He's not interested in anything. That's why I think it's Kotaro.
And hey, it's Domon. Or as people went, why is Taomon being evil and not yellow? Was the general reaction I saw from people. And why are they calling Taomon Domon?
This isn't even the first time it has been in the anime.
This isn't even the first time that family's been in Ghost Game.
Yeah. Yokomon already showed up.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't attempt to try to connect those two, though. That would have been awkward.
It worked better not doing it. But hey,
no,
Gammamon, we found out Gammamon can dance, and the girls are very enthralled by Gammamon sitting there doing nothing.
As they always are, because Gammamon's adorable.
And then,
as they should be.
And then, in a proper Marvel crossover, Hiro becomes the Human Torch for a moment.
I like that Hiro was a victim for once. It doesn't happen often enough. They pick on Rudy too much.
Yeah. And then can we talk about how like they forgot the talk about Adventure 2020 doing it. This one really forgot they existed. Even
and as always, like it doesn't really matter when they're forgotten about.
To be fair, how
the episode is fine without them.
To be fair, how often does it matter when they're actually there?
That again makes me wonder. It's like, did they really went through a lot of trouble to establish Airdramon's personality? If that's just a one shot, I'm like, why? It's just a kind of a waste of time.
Because I think they literally had like an extra minute they had to fill, so it was give him personality because there's nothing you can do with the others in that time.
I guess.
Yeah. And we have people being turned into paper so that they can become nondescript army people, which is weird because they already could summon army people. I was a bit confused on that one because the red charms were the captured people who were going to make up the army, correct?
Yeah.
I think so.
But the green charms were spirit creatures they could make at will and control and which could harm stuff. So why do you need the army when you already have an army?
I think you have the green ones are the actual people who can fight, and the red are the conscripts who need to be trained. I don't know.
No, but you get what I mean.
It was 100,000.
Yeah.
And then
at some point you stop being picky about color.
And then Gammamon and Espimon run around to help, Espimon is very. For some reason, I thought he was going to be more energetic.
I mean, just looking at him, you expect him to be more energetic.
And Espimon's main shtick from basically the moment he's introduced, he does not think Hero's Hero.
Yeah.
I mean, I am also face blind, so I can
Yeah.
kind of
We'll
This
get to that at the end when they
yeah.
throw in some other weird shit there. So we get the very lizardy evil hero face. I like
Good
that
for
they
that.
yeah. I like that they did the unique voice because I'm not sure she could have twisted it into like the mean old man voice.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why the only use Ruli and Kishara had was Gammamon calling Ruli for help was actually amusing.
I
And
mean, it's
Gammamon is
showing,
learning. Like,
it's
I'm in
showing
over my head.
Gammamon.
I need to cover my
Yeah,
friend.
he's attempting to be resourceful and contact people and go through the right steps.
also bless them for trying to actually animate Espimon running, where he was sort of just doing like a penguin wobble, like really quickly. And then Airdramon showed up.
For
He
some reason.
and he was apparently introduced by Clockmon.
It's like,
And
oh, it's an asshole time.
and
Yeah.
and this is where like the one like real stupid use of Airdramon pops up when they talk about him and Jellymon like arguing and fighting the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been nice
He
to see
absolutely
minus
would be
the
a
10
backseat driver.
seconds thing.
Yeah, I wanted more from Airdramon,
Yeah.
honestly.
They get
That's why I
but
want to see him again.
this is another weird stupid thing Ghost Game keeps doing. It gives personality to characters that don't exist.
Mm-hmm. It's the hunters thing again.
Really weird. And we get Gammamon and Espimon battling the stuff and Hero. Gammamon gets his nice teeth dive going on. Then everything goes into Domon, who. Now, interestingly, a lot of Digimon in Ghost Game seem confused at the idea of evolution. Espimon's fully aware of it. He's just surprised Gammamon can do it. And
It seems more like Cross Wars, where it was explained as more like a gradual
yeah,
maturation, not
yeah.
just like, oh, you just
Well,
do
no,
like several levels in one shot.
no, absolutely. But in this case, Espimon seemed to be aware of it. He was just surprised Gammamon could do it at all, and then more so surprised when Kenna Weissman showed up.
I mean,
And then he
again,
turned back.
it
Yeah.
is due to a human connection, so
Yeah. And then all the spirits end up fucking off.
Yep, one good hit and sends them scattering.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
And then Espimon's also surprised that he can turn back into Gammamon, which was a nice touch, which doesn't generally come up even.
It's come up before, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
Was
And
it
then
like the first 10 episodes or something with
Something like that,
Angormon
yeah.
mentioning it?
it might have
Yeah.
been Mummymon.
It might have been.
Like,
It was
it
very
might have been
early
right.
on. It's been a thing before, and it really hasn't been revisited in a long time.
Yeah. And then Domon has no memory of anything, and we get his story of he was brought to the real world and he was going to learn human spirit stuff, and blah blah. And Espimon doesn't care.
And everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Espimon's like, yeah, whatever. I understand your story. You need to turn everyone back. Domon thanks everyone. Gammamon introduces Espimon to Hero. And then
Espimon's like, nope.
And then Espimon asks Hero if he knows Hero. He doesn't believe Hero actually is Hero. And then Airdramon shows up to do nothing other than Angormon hopping off and being puffy. And Ruli and Airdramon apparently get along well.
I like that.
And then they turn around and Espimon is gone.
Yeah.
And then the one odd twist is that he's sitting on a tree with Hero's school ID. And we don't actually know, is this something he's had? Or is this something he just took? Because both answers actually change how to view stuff, I'd say.
I would assume that it's something that he had, at least before the beginning of the episode.
The impression is that that's something he had.
Yeah.
which
But that
is
makes it more confusing, honestly.
Yeah,
Because then,
yeah.
like,
if it's something he took, that kind of makes sense.
yeah. So it's one of those things that the show absolutely has to follow up on.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, there's no question they've got to come back to that.
Yeah. Especially since if it is something he had, that 100% is Hero. Now,
Oh yeah, totally.
Now the twist is going to be either, oh, he's an idiot, or Hero's actually a robot, or he's a ghost, or he actually literally is a Digimon and Gammamon's brother. It's going to be something reasonably dumb and or obvious.
I'm still voting for Espimon as face blind as shit.
See,
because I also cannot recognize
But that's-
people when they put on a different outfit.
Yes, but then that's another cop out letter to dad kind of ending. It's like, oh, potential intrigue here that's wrapped up.
God.
It's like, oh
No, I was
nope,
gonna say,
never
how
mind.
stupid would it be if in the next appearance of Espimon, he's just absolutely like, yeah, it turns out that is Hero. I just haven't seen him in 10 years or something stupid.
Yeah, it could very easily be something stupid like that. This needs to build to something, for the love of God.
Yeah. And then,
that doesn't mean I believe that it will, but it has to.
And then Hero's study file this time is a bit weird. So it's Domon, but really and Angoramon speak more in this than I'm pretty sure they did in the episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But it doesn't do anything wild. It's good enough, I guess. It's just,
I was fine with it. I mean, the fact that it looks like they're trying to introduce something, I'll take the bait again, I guess.
Yeah, it's done.
I like here. Look. I give it. It goes up a half a grade just for having Hero on fire. Like I'm not hard to please here.
Yeah. Okay, and then the cast. There's some interesting ones here. Domon was Hikaru Midoriyaka. Midorikawa, said that backwards.
I was like, yeah,
I said that backwards. Yeah, a lot of Digimon. He's another one of these like really hyper huge voice actors who's also done Digimon stuff.
Like,
in Frontier, he was Angemon. He was Hippogriffamon in the Frontier movie. He was Splashmon in Cross Wars.
I forgot how much Digimon he's done. I just associate with being like Tamahome and Fushigi.
He's also Wuhai in New Century, one of the like friends of the main player character. Guess who his partner is? It's the funniest answer you could say right now.
The Drippins.
Lopmon.
Okay.
That's the funniest one you could go with at the moment. And yeah, it really is. And outside of Digimon, I picked only a few roles, but you'll be able to tell what his shtick is. Are you ready? In Bobobo, he's Softon. In Dragon Ball, he's many characters, including Android 16 and Tien Shinhan. In Gundam Wing, he was Hiro Yui.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's another one.
In My Hero Academia, he's Best Jeanist.
Oh my god.
And in Slayers, he's Zelgatus.
That's right. He's
Can you tell his shtick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I said he's Tamahome and Fushigi Yugi.
Yeah.
So.
And
that's
then
what I remember him from.
And then for Airdramon, we get another returning voice actor, Ryotaro Okiyu. On top of being Mr. AIM, he was Roto Knightmon in Frontier and X Evolution, Gradamon in Cross Wars, and of course, Devimon in basically everything since the PSP game, including 2020.
Nice.
Goddamn.
And he was Felismon earlier in Ghost Game. I don't even remember what he did as Felismon, to be honest.
We don't talk. I don't need to talk about that episode.
And then
episode was all sorts of
very
disappointing.
menacing.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh yeah, that's right. Felismon was good. That was the good part of that episode. That was the only good thing about that episode was Felismon.
And then the Ghost Lord thing was Ikuya Sawaki. First time in Digimon. Way too many roles to list. Probably best known as Fujitora in One Piece. But some interesting dub-over roles.
Yay.
Oh no.
Oh, I had to limit to only 3 here because there were a bunch of really stupid funny ones. Leland Palmer in Twin Peaks.
Oh god, okay.
Fortress Maximus and Transformers.
Huh.
And are you ready for the best one?
Yes.
The Scotsman in Samurai Jack. That's one where like I'm going through this and I'm just like, wait. At the moment I can't even imagine that, but that needs to be listed.
We need to find a YouTube clip of that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then next week we get Contagion Island. And the big fun thing there is, hey, look, it's Ryudomon and Joe is there.
Obligatory
I'm
Masami
so glad.
Kikuchi roll.
Now, so here's the best part about whenever Masami Kikuchi comes back for anything. The number of people who go, oh, it's Joe. I wonder what other anime he's been in. He can't have been in that much because I only know him as Joe. And then they find the
good
list.
God.
Yeah, and then like they look it up and it's like,
Holy shit.
it happens every time he shows up and stuff. Is people are like, wow, I know he's Joe, but people always seem so excited he comes back. I wonder if he's done any other roles I know. And it's like, yeah.
Watch every goddamn season of Digimon.
But even
Along with 10 tons of other shit.
yeah, like even just skimming his cast, the most popular stuff. Oh my God, he's Keiichi.
That's right, KG2. Oh my God, he was harem protagonist of the 90s.
At one point, he was Baki the Grappler.
Oh.
Let's see. Jeez, there's just so much. Like even skipping over the Digimon stuff, he's done so much. Like Tenchi, obviously, like the one a lot of people know. He's in like nearly fucking everything. Like even
I'm just happy to see Ryudomon finally.
He just sleeps in the studio.
Sonic and Metal Sonic at different points. Like he's just in fucking everything. And in Digimon stuff, I mean, Joe is the big one.
Joe.
And here's the thing. He's so many small roles that we wouldn't even say those because there's too many. He's Demon in 02.
He's also Kurata and Savers.
Kurata.
Dolphin and Granny in Tamers.
Oh yeah, he's Dolphin too.
Naemon and the narrator in Frontier. Gammamon.
Yep.
He's multiple of the parents, as if I recall right. Like I think he's Koshiro's dad also.
Yeah, the kids always are.
Yeah.
The kids actors always are the parents too.
Yeah.
He was the reason they randomly threw in Joe and Gammamon having a speaking part in the Hunters crossover.
Yeah, because he was there anyway.
Because he was there already, and so was Gammamon.
So literally,
was Takuya.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I like the best about the Hunters one is if someone was there and there wasn't a part for one of the characters, they would just throw in a shadow or something to give them at least something to say.
Yeah, they did that with Tomoki too. Like, just okay, why not?
Yeah, and nice.
Have a line.
Now, what's weird is Ryudomon fits into the art style fine. Is it weird, or does he not really feel like he does on the dim card art?
What do you mean?
Something about it just feels different, and I'm not sure why.
It just feels like Anime Plus.
Yeah.
That might be it, yeah. But yeah, so I'm very interested in seeing what voice Kikuchi pulls out of his hat for this one, because I could imagine any number of voices working for Ryudomon.
Yeah.
So we'll know about that in a few days for sure.
I mean, I don't expect to be just Joe coming out of that.
See, I keep trying to decide if I'm
I also don't expect Naemon.
But that's the thing is he has such a weird range, even among like well-established people. I could imagine anything from squeaky to weirdly deep.
Watch it be Gammamon.
It's just gonna be Tenchi, and he's gonna be asking people to leave him alone. But yeah, it could literally.
I can roll with that.
It could just be Gammamon.
It could just be Gammamon.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Dame!
Yeah. And then it has been 23 years since Digimon premiered in English on Fox Kids. I like seeing all the people realize they're older than they thought.
Yeah.
And I also like seeing the number of people who really aren't aware that they don't actually have to tweet at everything. The number of people who think they have to like respond to the tweets with their opinion of the dub theme is rather stupid.
It's not a like a golden anniversary. It's 23. You don't have to celebrate it.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who don't watch the show in English ranting about the dub theme. And also being kind of being kind of stupid in response to being shocked that people are going, "Hey, it's been 23 years and there's a video clip and people are thinking they're going to get Butterfly." The number of people that I saw posting the song and then in response people ranting that they thought it was going to be Butterfly. Did you not realize the English version? Did you not realize
damn Gen Z kids?
Yeah. Old.
Yeah.
The people who seem like the most bothered by it are the people going like, "I was only 2 when it premiered. That makes me," and then they like all of a sudden go silent. Yeah.
Yes, you're not. No, you're not old. You're still not old if you were 2 when it came out.
Yeah.
Like your back doesn't hurt as much yet.
Yeah. You're still a baby.
Yeah. And then not much to go with cards this time, which was nice. Fun Digicub went. You could tell they didn't have anything to talk about on Fun Digicub this time. It's going over the pre-order products.
It's a light week.
Yeah, and I believe there's a Vital Bracelet BE thing at the end. Card Battle continued their little tournament thing to see who the reporter will be. I really need another costume soon from Card Battle.
Same. It's pretty much what I look forward to. It's the only thing I care about.
You could throw together a really crappy Ryudamon. I'm just saying.
Oh, that'd be a good one, actually.
Make the helm out of toilet paper rolls.
Yes.
See, I think you almost have to do... I'm trying to think. The problem there is you're not going to get the visual quite right. So I think you have...
Use a full strawberry jello cup for the gem.
I think you have to go with like one of the Crosswords generals.
Oh, jeez.
Almost any of them. Just like a really poorly made costume.
Oh god, Splashmon.
Honestly, that's what came to mind first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
The terrible purple wig and like a jazzercise
band.
That
was poor. Yep. And then we have Backpack. I actually really like the design. Ignoring that I don't need a backpack, I'm not paying $70 for a backpack.
No, like the friend who linked it to me, it's like, this is really cute, but also it's like a white backpack. This will get so dirty so quickly.
Not even that big.
Like, here's the thing. If it was like a proper travel security type backpack, $70, okay. This is paying for the images.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is kind of par of the course for the semi-designer licensed mini backpacks.
Yeah.
You're paying Sanrio Premium here.
Yep.
Hey,
gotta keep that kitty fed.
Hey, that metal label costs at least 20 or 30 cents, I'll have you know. I think that's a metal label plate, isn't it?
Yeah.
For $70 it better be.
Yeah. Yeah,
they usually are.
So here's the thing. I actually
better be solid
here's the thing. I actually like the design, and I actually expect it will sell well, and I think a number of Digimon fans will actually fucking use it, which is great if they use it.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
I just get the feeling a lot of people are gonna buy this, and it's gonna sit in a corner as a thing.
This be a cute thing to like have at cons and stuff.
Yeah. Someone's gonna frame this stupid thing.
Oh Lord!
You know they're gonna make a Hello Kitty Digimon backpack shadow box. You know that's true.
It's a little too chonky for that.
Yeah.
I work in a frame shop. I would know.
Someone's gonna try though. I'm not saying it's gonna go well, but they're gonna try.
They better not show up at my shop because I don't want to have to build that.
And then a poll that we 100% did not know was coming.
You could have never predicted
The
this.
anime LCD toys. And I love when there's some obvious choices made to try to split the vote to try to make it actually, like, interesting. There are 3 different adventure Digivices here, if you include the reboot.
Yep.
And my favorite one is they're like, oh, no CSA or no anniversary products, which fair enough, but also the version complete is literally the anniversary Digivice just with more stuff. It is an upgraded
Yeah.
anniversary Digivice. And,
Yeah.
and and even Vital Bracelet fans like look at the Digivice V being there and go, that's kind of a fucking cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was already there.
That was in the last one, wasn't it?
Yes. The V itself wasn't, the Vital Bracelet was.
Oh, God.
It's still a Digivice.
Yeah. And some people want to know why the Applet drive wasn't here. It's simple. There wasn't actually anything to do with that, as I recall. Like, it had an LCD screen. If you put the chip in, you got the visual. I don't think there was any game there, though. Was there?
Not that I can
I
think
think
of.
No, there wasn't a game
yeah.
attached to that.
So that sort of doesn't count in the sense of actually having something to do.
It was just like a prop, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the obvious ones to potentially win are Adventure in 02. I think the Complete and the Digivice V are possible. I think the wild card is the Digivice IC.
Oh, yeah.
Because here's the thing. The reason I think that's a wild card is V Pet fans really fucking love that one. And the votes are as far as we can tell, the votes on these are so low. That means almost most of them are just a subset of hardcore fans in general. So I think that gives that one a chance. What do you guys think will be top?
I think it's like going to be bottom or second from bottom.
Which
The
one's
IC?
bottom or second? The IC?
Yeah.
I'd believe that, yeah.
Yeah, see, a lot of ones here I could see being almost anywhere. Like, almost no one had the crossloader.
Yeah.
But
no,
I can also see a lot. I can also see a lot of people voting for it just to go, "Ooh, I want Crosswords to be near the top."
It was very fun, but also very expensive.
Yes.
I think that with the possibility of adventure splitting, I think the D3's got a shot.
Yeah,
I think the D-Arc will be like middling.
the D3 was also one of the nicer ones to play with, as I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one has any opinion on the D scanner?
Uh,
It exists.
It had a nice feature in Japanese that they took out for the international release, so depends on who's realistically voting.
I do
True.
like the design of the D scanner.
Yeah.
Like it grips well.
Yeah, but the international release was gutted horribly, so
Yeah.
Yeah. And
not
then
many people remember that fondly.
Mm-hmm.
was that the one that you had to plug into the computer?
No. The English version of the D-Arc, you could plug it into the computer, and there was a disc, and you could like battle your Digimon online.
Oh, that sounds horrible for the era.
I still have the cords. Problem is that the CD code was only on the instruction manual, so yeah.
Good luck with that then.
Yeah.
And then a bit more of the Cereso stuff from last week. They put up the clip. Also, someone explained these mascots to me. The one on the right, I don't remember the name, but that is the actual mascot. The other one is apparently supposed to be his mother.
Oh, I figured it was supposed to be a librarian or something.
No, apparently it's supposed to be like the mascot's mother. The idea is that like families are welcome and everything. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what was explained to me by someone who actually follows the soccer club. Is the actual mascot is the guy on the right, then at some point they added the mother as like representation of that they like families to be at the games, which is partially why they do events like that and stuff like that.
And that's a common thing you see with mascots. Yeah. They have the original one and then they add a secondary one to build to broaden the audience a bit.
Yeah.
Very, very common in sports.
Yeah. And then we get some Dreamers previews from the new chapter, which has Espimon, and then we get to see a preview of Pulsemon bashing Wizardmon from the next chapter. And Tenya Buno also pointed out that now that Espimon's in the anime, both Espimons can be compared, which is just amusing to me for some reason. And then, in amusing and confusing, Naoki Akamine made a Twitter account and started posting new Atmon art that they drew.
That's very cute.
I'm
I didn't
happy
see
for
the
them.
I didn't see the Musimon one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm only gonna update these once a week. I spoke with them a bit, and it's not all gonna be Digimon and Atmon stuff, but there will be plenty of it. I want to make sure how they want to be credited because they flipped the name order at one point.
Nice.
So yeah, at this point it's technically pseudo official because they aren't involved anymore, but there was a lot of Digimon art from them before they were involved in the first place, so happy to see Atmon stuff. Although that
They're
Dokamon is creepy.
they're very happy children with a question mark.
Yes.
I think it's the mouth and the teeth.
So here's what I think's going on here, and tell me if I'm wrong. I think this is one big picture, and they're showing it piece by piece.
That would kind of make sense because I'm really wondering who Musimons is. That Astra's head? Is he that?
So
Is he that platinum in the
Akamine,
manga?
no, Akamine often plays with colors, and
Okay.
this isn't the same coloring style they used for the manga covers and stuff, as I recall. So they may be playing
Okay.
with. At one point, they were also drawing the characters aged up to teenagers, so they may be playing with like the palette.
Mm.
But we will see. But yeah, not often we get to talk about Atmon stuff, so we may be getting some Atmon art to talk about on an ongoing basis. So we'll see.
I try to wedge it in when I can, so I appreciate it making my job easier.
And then double Koshiro. I swear I knew they were going to do something when this came up.
You
Where
mentioned that.
like they were going to do something, and it's they're posing both with a Tentomon plush. I knew when they did that they were going to fucking do something. I just wasn't sure what.
And it is delightful.
Yes. And then Espimon got the reference book entry, as you would expect. It's basically the text that was in the Vital Bracelet already, but it's nice to like be there. And then it's time for questions. You guys in the chat can throw those up. The first question was from Diego. He was wondering if anything involving like that search for hero was represented in the character profile, lore stuff, or if it's specific to Ghost Game. The only thing that might have to do with it is that in the profile it mentions it will investigate any rumors or suspicious things it finds, and it will go to find stuff out even if dangerous Digimon are around. I don't think that really like fits the Ghost Game stuff, but it's close enough that it might be of interest to people who are like figuring that out.
He's Digimon Columbo.
Oh God.
He can't be Digimon Columbo. He doesn't have a coat, and he didn't say one more thing.
That would be a great way to pin Hero down in a lie.
And
I kind of want to see that. One more thing. What day were you born? And Hero he doesn't know the answer to that and suddenly turns into a robot.
randomly have a coat, have Captain Janeway as his wife, and then they retcon that out. That's the correct way to do Columbo gags. And then someone wants to know, because we've brought them up a bit lately, are the Ninja Turtle games actually good and why they look normal? They're fun. I mean, the fun part of it is, especially the arcade ones, is playing with other people.
Committing acts of violence with your friends.
And also getting, if possible, getting young relatives to play that first NES game without any idea what they're in for.
Oh no. That's cruelty, isn't it?
Well, my niece and nephew aren't old enough yet to do that, but I plan to someday. It's like, hey, this is a game I played when I was little. Enjoy. And then I assume half an hour later they'll be crying.
I can never experience that because my nieces don't like video games at all. My soul was destroyed.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a reaction for that like could be a joke, but also like yeah.
I'm surprised that's possible in this day and age.
But
This is
yeah,
ridiculous.
I know.
the old Ninja Turtle games are fun because what would even the worst one be? The original NES one? It's still a fun game to play. It's just a very unfair and mean.
Oh, it was just kind of like the era.
Most of the games are actually pretty good though. Even the Game Boy ones, which I'm looking forward to playing again. Yeah, there's fun games. I'll have more to say about it when the re-release is out and I actually play them like a bunch, and then get sick of them and continue to play them. Ramon's curious about. That's actually an interesting question because it's not like one wolfly answer. Espimon, I guess he didn't really do any attacks. He sort of just flew around. Did he do any actual attacks in the episode?
I think he just kind of like tackled-ish, like head-butted something a little bit.
Is a rocket, I suppose that would be an effective attack.
Yeah. But yeah, we have not seen his signature attack, which is that he launches bombs which launch themselves and apparently look enough the shape of him that they can use as decoys. So hopefully, I would love.
Come up his ears.
I want to see that because that looks amazing.
I would love to see tiny bomb ear decoys. I would very much like to see that.
Well, it's sort of like the Saint Gargamon ones.
Yeah.
With the little bunny faces.
But I actually want like a fucking Looney Tunes gag.
Yes.
Where like he leaves the bomb and someone goes and like turns him around and it's the bomb and just blows up in his face.
Yes, give me that Looney Tunes bullshit.
Can the face be Betsumon when that happens?
See, you say that, and you think that they could easily just have the flip around and it just be Betsumon. It's not even a bomb. It's a double fake out. First he gets faked out by the bomb, and then he finds the real Espimon, flips around, and it's just Betsumon standing there.
I'm still into this.
I think we all are. Because that'd be stupid as hell. And Math Magician had asked earlier, was this the actual theoretically first time there was an actual supernatural threat in Ghost Game that wasn't just Digimon?
I don't know. Like, could you count the werewolf thing where the old legends got into the heads of
that one's interesting because because like ignoring that like this episode could be turned around in the future, we don't actually know if there was anything to the legend or if it was just a legend.
Yeah.
So
But like the story, it's like the story of the legend got into the Digimon's head, and this time it's like the supernatural. Like it's kind of the same.
But that's just collecting data, though. Like that is a digital. Yeah, it's hard.
Like it might be, but that might be just the same thing here. Is just them collecting data and getting corrupted by it.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
And we won't know. We won't really know until they either revisit it or we get some serious supernatural stuff happening.
Yeah.
Independent of that isn't affected by Digimon at all, which I don't think is going to happen.
Yeah, it doesn't seem necessary. Someone then said saying, we seem to have healthier relationships with Digimon and media in general than many online. They worry they're jumping in, and do we have any general advice on how to deal with that stuff?
Fucking chill.
That's not a bad answer.
Yeah, I do want to know if are they talking about how we have or maintain a relationship with the franchise, or how we maintain a relationship with the online reactions to the franchise. And my take is I don't tend to react to the I just don't try not to be exposed. I don't seek out the online reactions to a lot of the stuff in the Digimon. Like I'll scroll. I've got my timelines on Twitter and Tumblr that I'll scroll through, but that's curated. I know I know who's on that list, and it's like, okay, I'm cool with these people.
Yeah, for the social media thing, because you have to remember I have like tons of searches up to find stuff. at some point you just have to partially do like it's not healthy to worry about what everyone thinks, and you don't necessarily need your say on everyone, even if they're wrong. Now, sometimes I'll comment, sometimes AR will comment. Dev avoids it entirely, which is probably the best move of all.
You comment on like everything I post Digimon related.
No, I comment on anything you post when I happen to be sitting there looking at social media. It just happens to be after an episode or after we get some actual relevant bit. Like literally, I don't the timeline that you show up in most of the time, which is my main one, I don't even scroll that one down ever. I just happen to see when you post.
AR just teleports right to the top.
Yes.
I time things perfectly for peak.
Also,
peak
your
exposure.
your comments in general, even when comical or more realistic, and you also
Yeah, how about that?
and you also understand how to take a joke response. Most people, if you give a joke response to, especially on
They
some
get
like,
so angry.
they take it as like an attack on a deeply held personal belief about a cartoon they saw 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like me saying Hero's a robot, ha ha ha, Power Rangers, is not me mocking Digimon or Power Rangers. I'm joking that we don't know what the fuck's going on, and it could be anything. It could be very stupid. It could make sense.
And the thing is, it's like this would be a lot more ridiculous if it weren't for the fact that we did have a previous season where a character turned out to be a robot.
Yes, and that was part of the joke.
Also, this is literally a children's cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I think I guess my bigger point is that, I guess I'm older and I'm of the opinion that you don't need to be following, you don't need to chase down certain opinions, and you don't need to look for reactions to validate your opinion. Like, however you feel about whatever you're watching,
Yeah.
have that opinion, and you don't need to seek validation or seek criticism of it. You don't need to fight for your opinion, basically.
Yeah, here's the way I would put it, and it's something that I've seen a lot of lately. I like Crosswords, I like Appmon. Anytime someone mouths off, I don't need to fucking respond going, Crosswords is great.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, like with Crosswords and Appmon, it's like been on the fringe for so long, they've started to get like a, not a phobia, like they get really fucking defensive about it.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's a jackass about Appmon, you can let them just be a jackass. You jumping in isn't doing anything.
Not everything deserves a response.
Yeah, every idiot doesn't need the response. That's why we've talked about before. If I say X and it actually pisses people off and they start harassing me, report, block, report, block, report, block. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, some people just don't have the emotional intelligence to just walk away.
Yeah, and if you're concerned about that for you, you just need to think, do you actually have something to say? And should you?
Yeah. And like, are you going to have an actual, like, do they want to have a discussion about this? And do you want to have a discussion about this, or do you just want to yell back?
It's sort of like, and I think we talked about before the recording actually started, anniversary of the show in English yesterday. A bunch of people responding to people ranting about the theme song. When they're like, no, our Spanish theme was better, our German theme. Why are you responding in the first place? It has nothing to
do. What?
It does not affect you in the least, and it isn't.
They just want to fight something.
Yeah, like we're talking about the English dub here.
Yeah. It's like, I'm very happy that you like your dub. You like Butterfly. I own Butterfly, like, at this point, I assume 20 times. I very much like Butterfly. I'm also perfectly happy with the English theme. Also, if you're going to rant about the song, at least get the title right. It's the Digimon theme. It's not the Digi-Rap. The rap was in the movie.
Yeah, the rap was a different thing completely. Yeah.
If you listen to the song, there's no rapping there.
Mm-hmm. And also,
I still love the movie soundtrack. It was basically an encapsulation of the 90s.
Yeah.
And I don't particularly care for the English theme song, but at the same time, it also represents an English dub, which was very influential, more influential than a lot of fans today give it credit for spreading Digimon in the West.
More influential than any other version except the Japanese one at that.
Yeah.
To the degree that the English dub still influences stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good enough that you're literally releasing Blu-rays of it
Working on those.
eventually.
Don't remind him.
Oh, I'm not working on it right now. Still
Come on,
plenty.
what's the holdup?
Still plenty left to do though. You'll get them soon enough.
Why are you here then? Get to work. Come on.
But yeah, in general, sometimes you just, I guess the general theme is sometimes you just have to let stuff go and not worry about it. Like I, I don't remember if I said it when we actually started or not, but that I'd ordered the Jackie Chan City Hunter movie from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm sure there are plenty of City Hunter fans who are like, that shit isn't City Hunter. I don't give a shit. I love City Hunter. I like that movie too. I don't give a shit. I, that has the Chinese version on it. It has the English dub. I'm gonna enjoy them both. I don't care. It,
People just need to learn that it's just okay to be quiet.
seemingly, unless it's about He-Man, Star Wars, G.I. Joe,
It is doubly important to
Star
understand that it's
Wars.
okay to be quiet when it comes to those things.
No,
I don't think I have published an actual Star Wars opinion in like 6 years.
to be
Speaking
fair,
of He-Man, I torment my family members by showing them pictures of Prince Adam, and then they just go, "Oh no, god damn it, the song is stuck in my head."
oh, did you see the guy had the original song before the music track was added?
No.
The guy who did the who put that together, he had like the acoustic before he added the backing track. So he put it up. You're talking about the Hey Ya Hey Ya, right? Or you
Not
talk
specifically. I've tormented my mother with
Oh,
I'm
the actual
sexy and
he
I know it.
uh but yeah, let's see. But the general ideas is it's also a matter of just growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like you well, there's entire arguments and like there's entire things about not sitting on social media all day. And that's a more detailed subject we're going to. Basically, just calm down. Then let's see. Matias wants to know, with Espimon and Ryudamon showing up, do we think they're main characters? I mean, they're recurring for sure, but
That's a far cry.
yeah, like at this point, Ryudamon hasn't shown up at all, so it's hard to say. And Espimon has only shown up once. They may not be main characters. They could be
Yeah.
the
Espimon,
they could be the Jedi of Ghost Game.
They're important enough to get dims, and that's about it.
yeah, and it's honestly they're here because they got dims,
Yeah,
not the other way around,
yeah.
which is
So
another factor. Like, yeah, we don't consider like Clockmon a main character.
you're
They feel like they're going to be comic relief.
Matias, your questions are good. I just don't think it's late enough to be able to answer about Ryudamon, Espimon. Do they shake up the formula and so forth?
I don't think they might be a catalyst for it, but they're not the
Yeah,
reason it's happening.
yeah. I just don't think they're questions we can fully answer when one of them hasn't shown up at all and one's only shown up once.
Yeah, I honestly I think Espimon has a chance to be interesting. Ryudamon absolutely could be just a one shot we never hear from again. I have no expectation of Ryudamon having any relevance to the series.
Ryudamon's gonna show up and complain about needing to study. Oh my god. And the sad part is I can 100% imagine them doing that. Just have it be a Ryudamon who wants to study. Or give him some weird... So here's the thing. Ryudamon has not shown up in animation before that I can think of. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I believe so, yeah.
For some reason, my brain always wants to go to X Evolution, but no, he's not in it. So
Yeah.
I
No,
would
it's only in
I
Chronicle.
would like Ryudamon to have some sort of interesting personality quirk beyond just being I could very much imagine him being a bland standard Digimon, and then at some point he turns into a sword.
I mean, they did something for they gave Airdramon a personality for some reason, so
That's true, but Ryudamon. So here's the issue with using Ryudamon like that. he's been around for so long and he feels like he's supposed to be important that it feels like they should do something special with him.
Yeah.
If it's just, hey, that Digimon walks by the fucking screen like we get in one episode cameos, I don't think that's fulfilling, and it's kind of wrong in the specific case of a lot of people have been waiting for this motherfucker.
They also forecasted him, like they telegraphed him. They said, like, okay, he's coming, and he's voiced by this guy that we all love so much.
Yeah.
It does suggest that, but that does not mean that he's going to.
He's just going to show.
That means that he's going to draw eyeballs.
Here's what it is. He's going to show up, and around him are going to be 6 Digimon. It's going to be him with a harem trying to get away from them.
Maybe he'll have the Namon voice and. Well, it's like, what happened? Remember what happened to Pokemon?
Yeah, whether it's one or recurring, it's been long enough for Ryudomon to actually get a role that whether it's one or recurring, they should at least make him interesting.
Yeah, it might be a meaty role, but it might only be a one episode role.
Yeah, so we'll see there. Let's see. Okay, here's a multi-fur from Jackie. Based on Hero's possessed face, do we think any other faces from Digimon media are meme-worthy? Honestly, I think most Digimon fans burn memes out so quickly because they're trying to, like, shotgun stuff to try to get attention that most of the interesting ones...
I mean, the best one is probably the one where Daisuke and Iori are arguing and they just have those gigantic heads. Those are...
I was thinking of when Gammamon was up on the cross.
see that one I feel like it's burned out because people still fucking show up with it like it's supposed to be surprising or crazy, I think.
Yeah, there's also the Takeru side-eye one from season 1.
Oh, what about Sora with the knife?
Episode. Sora with the knife is solid. That's not so much because of the face, that's because of the knife.
They did say face. That's actually my mistake. Yeah. For some reason my brain went to like meme image. Oh, what about there's been some Terriermon ones.
Yep, Terriermon's got a couple.
Let's see. I'm trying to
Takato has a couple dorky ones that are pretty good. But yeah, I think Takeru.
Yamato after he's propositioned.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And the other characters all have like the. Yep. So what you gonna do about it, Hotshot?
Yeah, that's just a fantastic scene in general.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
The dub nailed that scene too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of good scenes.
Yeah. And the twofer was, do we know when Ghost Game takes place? I believe they've specifically skipped years, I think, and they've just gone like in the near future. It's Mega Man. It's 20XX.
Yeah, the not too distant future, 2000 AD.
Yeah. Now here's the thing.
Next Sunday AD.
Now here, that's a good one. But like, here's the thing. That used to be the answer for Tamers.
Yeah.
And that was specifically because of how them taking into account it airing in the U.S. and maybe not hitting the exact date. Right. Since it's ended, they've just stopped that and they've said it's exactly when it aired in Japan.
When it aired, yeah.
So yeah, for Ghost Game, you probably want to take it as generically 10, 15, 20 years in the future. I don't think there's any actual date information in this show. Yeah. I could be wrong.
I mean, they specifically blacked out the dates on Hero's ID, so they don't want you to know.
Yeah. And Matthias points out Shoutmon had 3 funny faces per episode, and that's true. Shoutmon,
absolutely true. Shoutmon
and Gatchmon had great emoting, like really.
Yeah, I'd give Shoutmon more, but yeah.
Oh no, Shoutmon
is a good shout.
Shoutmon was one of the best character partners, like as in totally. A character who did stuff. That was Shoutmon's greatest gift, is that he had his own defined personality that had nothing to do with anyone else.
And don't believe I didn't pass on the chance to say that to Ben Diskin. Absolutely called that out.
Oh no, it was true. I think that's one of those weird things where anytime a show has episode 1, everyone discusses what happens in it as an ongoing thing. Like, okay, the show's going to do this, and it may flip very quickly. Like
Mhm.
we had very different thoughts about Adventure 2020, Ghost Game,
Yeah.
and Appmon
Yeah.
in episode 1 than we did even 5 episodes later.
Crosswords didn't. They straight up like
Yes,
just a Shoutmon. He's the main character.
Shoutmon did not
Yep.
change at all in the original run of episodes, and that's fantastic. Like,
Shoutmon is the main character. Taiki's just along for the ride.
yeah. Last call for questions in the chat. Then someone wants to know that we've discussed Ghost Game enough that they started to wonder what's the preoccupation some have with like horror equating to adult, and the show has some of those moments but doesn't seem out of line for the franchise. That kind of goes back to
They never grew up reading R.L. Stein.
yeah,
Yeah.
Goosebumps was the one that came to mind for me. That's one of those weird things where
Mhm.
like they haven't grown up in the matter of like
Yeah,
this.
Goosebumps. Are You Afraid of the Dark? That sort of.
Like I'll still fucking stand by the Garfield Halloween special
Yes, that was scary as
to a little
hell.
kid. Yeah, to a little
Yes,
kid, that's fucking terrifying. That one.
it was. I need to watch that. I might have to watch that again
I,
this
w- I,
Halloween to
I,
remind myself of how
I will occasionally
wild
rewatch
that
that,
was.
and it's still. It's not scary to me anymore. It's still
Yeah, not
very
anymore,
good.
but yeah, I need to remember what exactly was so terrifying about that.
Oh,
And
I
oh,
think it's like the preoccupation of, at least nowadays, sheltering kids from like anything that might upset or
see,
scare
here's
them.
the thing.
I
No,
don't even.
I don't think it's that. I think it's the people who are grown up trying to like mentally
They're,
deal with that they enjoy kids media.
yeah, they're justifying watching kids'
Yes.
entertainment.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with the. I think the kids like just as much as they ever did.
Yeah, kids love to
No,
be
kids
scared.
love horror. It's just the
Yeah.
parents thinking that it's just like, oh no,
Yep.
if
Yeah,
it's scary, it's for
but that's
adults.
never stopped a fucking kid from watching anything ever.
Mm-hmm.
They don't allow
Exactly.
like Kid A. They don't allow that at my house, and then they visit Kid B and watch Freddy versus Jason. But yeah,
Yeah, that kind of and that we get letters from the teacher. It's like, hey, please don't talk about Nightmare on Elm Street. It's kindergarten. Tell your kids not to keep a lid on that.
see that
I'm
that
not gonna.
Hey,
I'm
in
not gonna.
kindergarten, I found out the blood code for Mortal Kombat.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm. The teacher's not saying don't show it to them. They're saying if you do show it to them, just don't tell them they can't talk about it in
yeah.
school.
I'm thinking of going and visiting my grandfather, who more conservative grandfather. He's like, I got this disc from work. Someone brought it in, and I remember seeing the title screen going up, Doom, and that was great. Yeah. So this one has come up a bit, not from Marius, I mean just in general. Marius has seen Dragon Ball fandom people saying, "Oh, Dragon Ball Super will probably air when Toei's finished with Ghost Game. Digimon Dragon Ball can't air at the same time, right?" Of course they can't. Dragon Ball fans just have like this weird preoccupation with not being like the biggest anime of all time. Where
Mm-hmm.
like they act like they're being kicked constantly. And I say that knowing many Dragon Ball fans, having been
Well,
involved
yeah.
with the fandom. There are video quality issues with Dragon Ball stuff, absolutely. Dragon Ball fans have like the weird preoccupation with acting like they aren't going to get everything forever until the end of time at this point. Every 3 months is not, hey, it's a chance for a new Dragon Ball show to start. To the point they are trying to mathematically calculate things they don't know about other shows to say this is when Dragon Ball could start. And at least at the moment, doesn't look like Ghost Game is going to be away a month and a half from now.
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah, and that's
which I'm good with, honestly. I could stand this being a little bit longer of a show.
I can stand it being a longer show if they start to do stuff. I would very much like that. But yeah,
I mean, I'd always like for them to do stuff.
Like for the past fucking year, I've seen people who claim to have sources in Toei saying Dragon Ball is going to be come back this fall when Digimon ends.
I mean, it's never a bad thing to say that because every 3 years you're going to be right.
But that's my point. They just say it constantly. If you look, there are Dragon Ball fans who the same people always they have sources for July, for October, and this goes back 3-4 years, and they're wrong every fucking time.
Well, if they do it long enough, someone's going to be right about it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. A busted clock is right twice a day. It's still fucking worthless as a clock.
Yep.
I don't think we missed any. Oh, Math Magician point out as a horror one, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what Jackie's saying, is that they bring up the thing happening 700 years ago. So
That doesn't help.
So that doesn't help because realistically, Ghost Game is anywhere from now to 20 years from now. The time doesn't matter. And anything they jump back to, the dates don't matter. If they say, 50 years ago, it doesn't mean they're saying mathematically it goes back to 1990. They're saying they're giving a time frame that's relevant to us because the show's not far enough away for it to matter.
Yeah. Like the episode where they went back in time, one, it was still kind of vague on when that was, and two, I don't think they specified how far back they went exactly.
I thought they went back in time like a year. You're talking about the one with Ruli. You're talking about the one with Ruli and Hero, right?
Yeah, the Piccolomon one. I think it was more than a year. It was significant, but it wasn't.
Oh, you're right. There was something.
40s.
You're right. There was something missing that Hero or Ruli expected to see.
Yeah, they knew they were back in time. It was
Yeah.
far enough back, but they didn't really go into any details into how far back they went.
Yeah. As far as the show is concerned for the viewer, it's 2022.
Pretty much, yeah.
The show itself doesn't care because it's like AR said, the world of next. Did you say Sunday or Tuesday?
Next Sunday AD.
Yeah. It is not. It is right now to blink future time.
Look, trying to
it's far enough ahead to justify this technology.
Exactly.
That's it.
Remember, George Jetson was canonically born like 2 weeks ago. So
I still think the joke that I'm going to forever steal, even though it's wrong, was the Harvey Birdman one, the far off year.
Yes.
What was it? 2000.
Of 2000, and he looks at the calendar and it's 2005 or something.
Yes, it is literally that. We're from the future, the far off year.
Yes.
That show had
far off year of 2000, and it takes place in 2005.
Yes.
Well, then you had the Conan O'Brien skit, even.
To be fair, no, they changed that one.
They changed that? What?
So when he took over the Tonight Show, Andy came back as co-host again.
Yes.
And like the second or third episode, they started to do it, and Andy's like, "Wait, you're still calling it the year 2000? Are you still using the dirty smocks?" Also, the camera pans to show Conan putting on the smock.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go, "Okay, fine, we have to change it. We have to update it." And like they had fancy things come down from the ceiling, and they changed it to be in the year 3000. The exact same gag, but they made everything look even more terrible, but like not as like purposely shitty, but fancier. But then they just changed it to 3000 and nothing else was different, minus they didn't use the smocks anymore. They used like these horrible silver metal things that looked horrible.
And they wonder why they didn't succeed in that time slot.
To be fair, that's what happens when you cross Jay Leno.
Don't cross the chin.
Also,
haven't you seen an episode of Beetleborgs?
There, I just sent you a picture, AR.
Oh, that's not as fun.
That's what they replaced the smocks with.
Oh God.
That's not my in the year 2000 sketch.
That's not in the year. That's in the year 3000.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't. Remember how they would move the camera quickly and they'd like throw them on? They would actually hold the camera on them and they'd lower from the ceiling on like fishing wire, and they'd have to like try to move their head to get in it and everything.
Oh, good lord.
Like they purposely made it opulent and stupid. But yeah, that's it for questions. AR, what are you up to and what shall you be up to?
I did a Survive review. Now that I'm through Chapter 5, I'm at the point where I can actually talk about that. So there's a non-spoiler Survive review on my Tumblr that you can go check out. People seem to have responded to that pretty well. I'm going to try to get a few more things out on Tumblr in the next few weeks. Get back into the groove a little bit now that my schedule's starting to ease up a little bit.
Yeah, you've had a busy, month and a half, 2 months?
It's been a busy summer. It's been a very busy
Yeah.
summer. Honestly, it's been a very busy 2022.
Yeah,
And it's
I would agree with that one.
finally getting to the end of the tunnel here. So while I've got some time, I'm going to try to get some stuff done. So I'm on Twitter at First Agent ARP. Tumblr is firstagent.tumblr.com. Check out my Survive review. People like it.
Absolutely. Dev, pick a Wikimon article for people to enjoy.
Gyukimon, for no particular reason.
I like that choice. That's a
Don't
good
don't 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 you love episodes of shows where people transform and there's spider things in them? That hasn't happened recently at all.
No, not like 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. So we will catch you guys next time.
it hasn't really been bad either. Like they've been solid. They have a solid track record with spider themed episodes. So
We will we will catch you all next time. Thanks for showing up. Bye.
bye.
Bye.